kindness vanished from this world? Have we become more unkind than the generations before us? We Asians know for a fact that the kind of manners that are taught in Asian or English schools in Asia are lacking here in the West. Respect towards the parents and the teachers are not injected in the children. The society is different, and that has an impact on the manners and values of the children brought up here in the West. A lot of parents let their children watch television or play games throughout the day, instead of making sure that they are doing some productive learning. These factors change the children's thinking. Without talking and spending quality time with your children and teaching them important qualities, how can you expect them to have the right values? The television or games become their nanny. The media do not have great values. That is why it's so important that we have limits for how much time they can spend there and what they can see and what they cannot see. Because of the hold of the media on the children, a lot of them have become more antisocial. Even if teenagers meet today, they would often rather use FB or Twitter or iPhone or Snapchat or whatever than having a normal conversation with each other. These things distract them and make them lonely. The selfishness has increased in the society. Different family structures have made being single attractive for many. And the fact that families break, the increase of divorce, we have a lot of single parents in the community as well. Most of the people have become more materialistic and showing off with buying showing off things they buy is very common. We don't own things nowadays. Things own us. We have everything that money can buy, but not a lot of things that you can buy without money. People are depressed and trouble getting enough sleep. They are not content with their life. They have gone far away from their religion and feeding their soul and become busy in everyday life. It may be that you don't agree with me, and that's understandable. Let's take a test. I believe that people don't value the relations in their life that made an impact on their life, were the reason why they are so successful today. Not convinced? Let me ask you a question. I reckon most of the people reading this do not live with their parents. So how often do you visit them? Not often, you say? So how often do you call them then? Not so often that either. When we don't give any value to people who have spent their life building our life, how much value will we give to strangers then? Would you risk your life for a stranger? These factors have all been a generator for falling to occur. For a couple of weeks ago in Ramadan, some boys went to the beach. Because of the waves in the sea, they and the deep water, they started drowning. Even though there were other people there, no one came forward to help them. Somehow they managed to survive and told the story in the news in Norway. In another incident, a couple had an accident and the car drove off the road. The man managed to get out of the car and on the road to ask for help. Unfortunately, no one stopped. It was after the 14th car he waved at before they stopped to help him. If you look at another aspect of this, would you have stopped if someone tried to wave you at the side in the middle of nowhere? I mean, we have heard a lot of scary stories about this from a lot of different countries. People have been killed and raped and robbed. I can understand that we become skeptical to people because of this, don't you? Rise of criminality in society has made people skeptical before helping others in need. I heard about one person in Norway that helped a young person from getting beaten up by a bunch of people, when the gang instead targeted that man, and unfortunately no one helped him. People have to weigh helping others on one side and protecting oneself on the other side. When there is a fear of terrorism in any part of the world, it frightens people and has an effect on their life. Not to mention retaliation from those who are accused in case of a trial. Our religion tells us to look for the good in others, no matter what life has made them to become. But on the other side, it does not mean that we should become overconfident and jeopardize our life or the life of our loved ones. To be helpful and smart, but not to meet everyone, but not to let everyone walk over us all the time. Nevertheless, if you are of those people who has this quality of unconditional kindness within you, like our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, know for a fact that even if people don't appreciate your efforts today, Allah knows exactly what you are doing and is keeping record of it, and He keeps account and is not unjust in the last or in the least to anyone. May Allah help us help others. Ameen.